In the opening scene, we hear a narrator introduce the story of a couple, Travis and Abby, so madly in love that they drive each other crazy. We hear the couple cursing out each other in Mexico as they head to seek marriage counsel from Father Miguel. Well, for people who are seated in front of the father trying to figure out what is wrong with them, they can't stop insulting one another while talking about the contest created by Abby. Then they start pointing at the different unimaginable things they have done individually that can bring their relationship to its knees while shouting at one another. Having had enough, the father asks them to start from the beginning so he can know their problem. He is also interested in how they fell in love, so he asks that they start there. Travis explains how their love started in the circle when he was still fighting at the underground court. He sees her, and he loses the fight because he cannot take his eyes off her. Later, he sees her stalking him on Instagram, which seems creepy. Abby denies stalking him at first, before admitting she was, and that he was all she could think about. Travis continues explaining how he knew she was the one after their romantic date. However, she believed he was a player because his drawer was full of sex toys and condoms. Travis then made a bet with her, so if he won, she would have to be his roommate for a month on a platonic level. And he won the bet. Abby continues the story and explains how charming but crazy Travis is, and she does not want to date crazy but wants someone normal like Parker Hayes, whom Travis terrorizes. Travis does not like that she brings that up. So he reminds her that even though she claims she never liked him, she always sleepily gave him a hand job, which the father does not understand initially. This also brings another set of yelling at one another. Abby continues the story and explains how he took him to meet his brother, and this makes her fall madly in love with him against her better judgment. She mentions how she was kidnapped by a Vegas gangster called Benny just because she is good at poker. Travis saved her from Benny, but she also mentions she saved him. They find stolen money and run away to live happily ever after, except they are not happy. This is why they are with the father to guide them. Father Miguel asks them to share their story from happily ever after, which is their wedding night, but they both have an unclear look about whether they can talk about their wedding night. Abby suggests they start 6 days ago when they wake up, and the father agrees with her. Back to 6 days earlier in Las Vegas, Nevada. Travis is waking up from his sleep and kissing a shoulder while confessing love to the owner of the shoulder without opening his eyes, thinking he is speaking with Abby. Shepley, the owner of the shoulder, also responded, not knowing it was Travis and not Mare, his girlfriend. When he opens his eyes, he is shocked that he is not talking to Mare. Abby, on the other hand, is awake from the floor, looking rough. They realize Mare is not close by, and Shepley rushes out of bed quickly to search for her. Just as Abby asked what happened to them the previous night, Mare, coming out of an inner room, also asked the same question. While trying to figure out what happened, they enter the room full of money. As they are wondering who owns the money, they start seeing the activity they did the previous day on TV. This is where they see that Abby won money the previous night, and they also see all the other interesting things they did. Abby got a tattoo, which she never believed she would get. The last picture they see is that Abby and Travis got married. They do not believe it is real until Mare sees the wedding certificate on the table. Travis tries to reduce the shock on Abby by kneeling and expressing his love for her to calm her down, but she freaks out and vomits on him before walking away. They receive a call from Benny, who pretends to be the receptionist, but Abby knows his voice and rushes down to collect the phone from Travis so she can speak with him. Benny and her father have a history, but after a back-and-forth talk with Benny, he requests that he see her and Travis in an hour. Travis has been trying to collect the phone and speak with Benny, but Abby refuses. She insists that Benny is bluffing, and just as she finishes her statement, there is a knock on the door. Waiting to see who it is, they all see something that looks like a gun, and they rush to disengage him, only for Abby to see that it is a cleaning utensil. Unfortunately, her people have already dealt with the cleaner. On their way out of Vegas, they get to the hopper expecting to meet Jerry, but a man called Buzz will be helping them down to Mexico as they are without a passport. Buzz keeps talking loudly like he's threatening them. He reveals his price for the trip, $10,000. Before Travis can complain about the price being too high, Abby agrees with the fee because they do not have an option. She hands over 50% to Buzz, promising to give him the rest when they get to their destination. Mare wonders how they will come back, and Buzz is not concerned with that. Mare does not wish to go with them, but the bus she is hoping to take her in Shepley runs off, and she has no option but to join the hopper. In Chopper, the wireless headset Buzz gives them seems too loud. Mare is on the edge with them moving to Mexico by chopper and wants something to calm her down, which makes her take Shepley into an inner part of the chopper for some intimacy. While on their way, Travis counts the money Abby won, and mentioning the amount shocks Buzz. Meanwhile, Abby is texting Sancho, who is in charge of the luxury villa she has booked for them in Mexico. It seems out of their budget, but Abby insists they are taking it for their honeymoon. Travis agrees and tells Buzz to take them to the villa because a happy wife is a happy life. Abby is concerned with the way Travis is handling the whole marriage thing. She expects him to be freaking out with the fact that they are married, but Travis claims he has some reservations. He compliments Abby and tells her he cannot find anyone else like her as they kiss. When every other person is asleep, Abby reads a piece on how a young marriage collapsed during the honeymoon, and this brings fear into her heart. So she closes the laptop to sleep. Sometimes later, Buzz announces that they are at their destination. They look down from the sky to see the beautiful destination they are going to. Buzz gives Abby his card in case they need him, revealing he also does hostage and rescue missions. She hands him the balance and bids him farewell. Sancho and the team at the hotel already map out where they will walk with beautiful petals, and they all follow the route greeted by Mexican music. Travis is not impressed by the welcome but continues to flow with it. Sancho introduces himself and welcomes them, one after the other before walking them to their apartment. He claims they have everything, but to prove that they don't, Travis asks if they have ESPN. Sancho gives them a tour of the apartment and he leads Shepley and Mare into their side of the building. Travis refuses to wait and continues the tour with Abby. While they are about to enter the room, he stops Abby and carries her, claiming it's their family tradition of carrying their newlywed wife to bed. Taking in the beauty of the place, Abby takes pictures while he carries her, and also on the bed. But Travis refuses to take solo pictures because all he is thinking of is getting down with her. Just as they are getting in the act, the Mexicans start playing songs at their window. They discard them and close the window while Abby plays another song from her phone. Then they get into the mood again, but when they are about to take protection from the bed drawer, all they see is a Bible and cross, which breaks the flow again. Travis wants to do the act without protection, but Abby refuses because she is too young to have kids. She suggests they masturbate, which they at first enjoyed, but it's not like the real thing, so they decide to go ahead and get laid while expecting that Travis will not ejaculate in her. They realize he might not be able to achieve that, so Abby pushes him away to get protection from Shepley. However, they are both in the same dilemma. Shepley is also intending to request protection from him. Later that night, Sancho sets up a date for Travis and Abby. Travis waits for Abby and Sancho to start complimenting him. After some moments, the comments start feeling awkward before Abby eventually comes out. Travis sees his beautiful wife and compliments her. They walk to the table that is prepared. Travis makes a toast to happiness ever after, and then Abby presents something to him. He thinks it was a gift at first before seeing it as actually a pros and cons list, to know if they should stay married or get a quick annulment. She gives them 30 points for a head start because Travis has a big joystick. Travis does not like the idea, but Sancho in the picture disturbing him seems to be more annoying, and he agrees to go ahead with the list if she helps him get rid of Sancho. Just as Travis is about to take the first course, he receives a message from Shepley that the game time has been changed and it is starting now. This puts him in a difficult situation because he wants to watch the game, but he does not want to tell Abby he is leaving their date for the game. He keeps responding to the Abby discussion negatively before making an excuse that he is not feeling well, and he runs to the room to ask Shepley for scores. He runs back to the date and drinks all his soup at once, trying to finish up on time and run back to the game. But Sancho stops him from leaving because he has 6 more courses to go. Abby can see something is wrong with Travis, but he refuses to open up to her. He runs back to Shepley, claiming that he isn't feeling well. The plan is to go back after hearing the scores, but he decides to stay for a few minutes. Meanwhile, Abby is making an excuse for him with Sancho that he is not feeling well until she hears him and Shepley shouting from the room. As they are celebrating the win, Abby enters the room and sees them smacking their butts excitedly, unbeknownst to them. Travis is about to run back, but they devise a plan to splash water on him to make him look sick before they turn and see Abby. They are so shocked and she reveals that he has lost 15 points for lying, bailing on their dinner, and cursing her grandmother. Seeing how bad things are, Travis then makes plans for the happiest 2 days of Abby's life. This includes joining a Mexican musician to sing for Abby very early in the morning, going to the beach, getting laid, having dinner dates, going on a boat cruise, kissing in the pool, and so many other fun activities. This pushes the scores up as Abby is enjoying herself. In the next scene, a heavy rain starts and Sancho organizes another game for the couples. While playing charade, Abby describes her favorite movie, which Mare gets right. This brings about the discussion between Abby and Travis because he does not know she plans on moving to Paris. He wonders how he will balance it with his pursuit of criminal justice. They both do not have an idea of how things will go. This brings up awkward moments between them. Mare also suggests they play Never Have I Ever. The game continues, and this makes Abby know that Travis likes getting laid on a plane, which she did not know before. She decides to go for a walk. After some minutes, Travis joins her in the pool. She realizes that they do not know one another enough to get married because they are discovering new things about themselves. Travis is ready to compromise and go to Paris with her, but he is not comfortable with the pros and cons arrangement. Abby agrees with him before he suggests they get into the pool, and things seem to end on a great note between them. Just when the couple feels like everything will end well, Travis wakes up to hear Abby giggling with Miguel. Seeing them together makes him jealous, and while he is eating grapes Abby claims are good, his towel falls off, and Miguel sees his joystick. This surprises Abby, and Miguel goes back to work. Still jealous, Travis decides not to sit close to Abby when they are about to eat and also refuses to respond to her greetings. The two of them banter words with one another as the day goes by, because he is jealous and she is not happy with the way he is reacting. He eventually admits he is jealous. On getting to the beach, they look around Mare. Abby asks two ladies for directions, but they respond in Spanish because they do not understand English. Travis speaks Spanish with the ladies, and seeing that he is handsome, the ladies remove their bras and flaunt their boobs toward him. They flirt with him, and this makes Abby angry even more because he is responding to them. She moves on, and a few seconds later, Travis sees her and runs after her. She challenges him, and he defends himself that it is a topless beach, so there is no need for her to overreact. Some ladies continue to show him their boobs. This pushes her over the edge, and she removes her bra to also go topless. This makes Travis mad because he is also jealous that other men will see her topless. He starts fighting anyone who looks at her boobs. This turns into a beach fight with him fighting almost everyone. His wife also joins him to beat people who hit him. After the fight, they are arrested by the beach police, which drives Abby more mad. At this point, the pros and cons points drop and fall off the grid. Back in Las Vegas, while Benny is giving directions to his workers on the phone, one of his men comes to show him the picture where Abby and Travis have been arrested. He seems happy at first after seeing them, and then orders his guys to go get him his money and some fingers. But he then changes his mind and decides to take care of things himself. Sancho posted the bail for Abby and Travis, but they will have to wait because they do not have passports. While they are going home at night, Abby thanks Sancho for bailing them but also makes sure she insults Travis while doing so. This gets them into another bout of arguments, causing Abby to run away. Travis wants to run after her, but Sancho tells him that Miguel will take care of her. Abby runs into a group of guys who would have hurt her, but Miguel saves her. Travis gets to the apartment angrily while dropping a message for Abby. Mare rebukes him for talking to her in that manner. She reveals that he is suffocating her and she has a habit of always running away. She does not want that to happen. Meanwhile, Abby is with Miguel. He shares his stories. The apartment they are staying in used to be their house before he got the calling to become a priest. Seeing that Abby does not believe it, Miguel shows her the temple. Back at the apartment, Mare explains to Travis that Abby is not his problem to solve and she needs time. Miguel sees Abby's home and advises her that her relationship is worth fighting for. Although he is not a priest yet, he assures her that they can come to him and he will listen before leaving. Abby sees Travis by the pool and walks to him. They both say hi at once, which makes them smile because it is the first time they have been in sync for a while. He apologizes for being a dick. Abby also admits that she has a habit of running off. They agree to have a bachelor party because Travis has always wanted one. He calls one of his brothers to bring together others for his party. All the Travis brothers come down to Mexico. Unknown to them, so does Benny, who is trying to recover his money. Things seem not to be going well between Mare and Shepley. The whole family goes to the beach to play ball, and while at the beach, people keep staring at them. Later, the boys and girls go their separate ways. The girls go to a relaxing spa while the boys do crazy things like eating raw pepper. While the girls are enjoying their time out, they meet an interesting woman who seems weird. She urges them to join a group of ladies as she makes the call. After a massage, the ladies go to the street for more fun, until they get to a place where ladies fight with masks on. The referee introduces someone known to fight who looks cute to Abby and is looking for a challenger on the stage. Abby accepts to be in the ring because she looks too cool for a fighter. They give her a costume before the fight starts. Meanwhile, Shepley is emotional about seeing the chickens the boys are using to have fun. So, he decides to save all the chickens altogether. Abby enters the stage with a costume, and while she is trying to be friendly, the cool-looking lady starts attacking her. Abby starts shouting, scared for herself. Luckily, Travis, who is just passing by, hears her voice. On entering, he realizes it is Abby and starts directing her on what to do. Eventually, she wins. She is so excited and thankful for Travis but tells him to go and enjoy his party while she goes with the ladies. Getting back to the apartment, the boys have a party planned. But Travis cannot join because he is married. Meanwhile, Shepley has been sneaking all the chickens into the room. However, the ladies are drunk. In a desperate bid to free the caged birds, Shepley releases them, and they start fighting till they scatter the whole room, so he has to hide in the closet. Benny, on the other hand, is no longer focused on Abby. He has been on a call trying to get a hold of Darius, who has cashed out his money and is on the run. Meanwhile, Shepley is still in the closet while his mom calls his phone, which is on the floor in the room, right where the birds are still fighting. She informs him that she is in the hospice and they are about to pull the plug on his grandma, and she wants to say goodbye to him. He cries in agony as he is unable to access his phone and say goodbye to his granny. While with the guys, Travis is on his best behavior, but the ladies who showed him their breasts before are there to tempt him again. He realizes they understand English. He leaves them, but they already pick up his phone without his knowledge. Meanwhile, Abby and her friend are still with the older lady and she realizes the woman is the mother of her ex, Parker, whom Travis used to terrorize, and she needs to get away from there. She FaceTime him, asking to come to get her. Unfortunately, it is the two ladies who picked up the call and they start showing her their boobs. This makes her angry that he is with them, and to get back at him she decides to sneak into a fast-asleep Parker's room and take a picture with him to make Travis jealous. Unfortunately, she dozes off in the process. The next day, Shepley eventually gets out of the closet after confirming that the birds are gone. Travis starts tracking Abby, only to see her holding her ex's dick just the way she normally does when she wakes up. She and Parker wake up and start yelling at each other. Travis, Mare, and Parker's mom also come in and everyone goes ballistically crazy. Back to the present, they conclude their narration that all these are what happened in just 6 days. Abby believes she deserves his trust. Travis is convinced she set him up to fail with the contract she drafted. Even though Miguel had advised her that their relationship still had a fighting chance, Abby didn't think she had any fight left in her. They both walk away from Miguel, done with the relationship. Abby tells Mare on the phone that she wants to wander around a bit, while Mare also explains that Shepley is not good for her because he spies on her. While she is still on call with Mare, she sees Benny collecting a package from someone and gets angry. She trails him till they get to a location and starts fighting him inside the rain in a muddy area. Travis gets a visit from his brothers. After the fight, Abby and Benny have a heart-to-heart talk and offer apologies to one another. He apologizes for effing up her life, but she claims it's the relationship she had with her dad that got destroyed. He believes she was a young cash cow, but she reminds him she was 14. She talks about getting divorced at 19, which makes Benny angry. He can't believe that as good as she is at cards, she is an idiot with matters of the heart. He mentions how beautiful love is and it cannot be bought anywhere. On the other hand, the Travis brothers urge him to go and fight for Abby. When he is about to talk about not knowing where she is, Abby shows up with Benny while covered with mud on her whole body. Travis jumps off the roof, walks right to Abby, and kisses her with all the dirt on her body. The next scene shows them officially having their wedding ceremony. Later that night, the Travis brothers walk up to Abby and give her the ring from their father. It is their mom's ring, who passed before Trevor was able to know her, and they want her to have it. She hugs them happily. Mare and Shepley also gets back together. Benny and Sancho find a connection between them, and Benny also realizes that he has never tried Mexican, so he is open to trying it out. The newlyweds dance and promise to love one another till the end.